Welcome to Decoristique, your cozy corner of the internet where vintage charm, classic design, and rustic elegance come to life. Today, we're transporting you to a dreamy countryside escape, filled with vintage glamour and timeless tranquility. If you're craving design ideas that blend weathered wood with sparkling chandeliers, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a journey into the heart of home decor. Tap like if you love rustic beauty, and leave us a comment sharing your favorite vintage piece or design tip. We love hearing from you and building a community of inspired creatives. Get ready to immerse yourself in curated textures, antique finishes, and the warm glow of countryside charm. Let's explore how to bring vintage glam into rustic spaces, creating homes that whisper stories of the past with every soft, golden light. Rustic glam is more than a style, it's a feeling. It's where cozy meets luxurious, where worn-in furniture holds court under crystal chandeliers. The magic lies in the contrast, and the harmony created when the old world embraces a touch of sparkle. Imagine the rough grain of barnwood paired with an ornate gold mirror, or a linen slip-covered chair next to a tufted velvet ottoman. These juxtapositions bring depth and richness to spaces, telling stories through design. Vintage glam in a rustic setting doesn't try too hard, it flows naturally, with elegance that feels earned and effortless. It's soft, romantic, and layered with history. Color lays the foundation for the entire aesthetic. In a rustic countryside home with vintage glam touches, we lean into soft neutrals, think creams, warm taupes, and gentle grays that soothe the senses. Blush pinks, antique golds, and faded pastels add delicate accents that echo the elegance of vintage glam without overpowering the natural beauty of rustic textures. It's about restraint and subtlety. Layering these tones creates an inviting, ethereal mood that feels both grounded and graceful. The palette becomes a whisper, not a shout, perfect for quiet, timeless beauty. Start your foundation with furniture that tells a story. Look for time-worn pieces, perhaps a farmhouse table with turned legs, or a weathered armoire with delicate carvings. These elements bring authenticity. Now layer in the glam, a tufted chaise in velvet, or a mirrored side table with antique patina. These pieces should shine without stealing the spotlight, creating a romantic tension with the rustic bone. Don't worry about perfection. Scratches, dents, and patinas are welcome here. They're the fingerprints of time, and they make your space feel lived in and loved. Lighting is where rustic meets royalty. Swap out basic ceiling fixtures for chandeliers dripping with crystal or iron pendants that feel artisanal and heirloom-worthy. Wall sconces with antique brass finishes or vintage lamps with fringed shades add soft ambience and timeless detail. It's the light that brings the glow, and the mood that transforms a room. Mixing metals with natural textures keeps things grounded. Think a wrought iron lantern over a reclaimed wood island. Glam lighting should feel like jewelry for your home, elegant, not excessive. Mirrors are a powerful tool in vintage glam decor. They open up a space, bounce light, and instantly add sophistication. Ornate, gilded frames or weathered silver finishes are especially striking. Consider placing a large vintage mirror over a rustic mantle or layering smaller ones on a distressed wall. The reflective quality adds sparkle and depth without being overwhelming. Other reflective accents, like mercury glass candle holders, mirror trays, or crystal drawer pulls, can be sprinkled throughout your home for subtle glamour that still honors the rustic setting. Fabrics are where softness enters the story. Layering materials like linen, velvet, and cotton gauze brings a sense of luxury grounded in comfort. Use lace-trimmed curtains, tufted velvet pillows, and hand-woven throws draped effortlessly over chairs. These textures evoke both warmth and refinement. Mixing textures rather than patterns keeps the look serene. Choose solids or faded florals that feel sun-washed, vintage, and graceful. Curate your surfaces with intention. Antique books, porcelain figurines, brass candlesticks, or vintage perfume bottles add layers of character and history. Clocks, typewriters, or worn leather-bound journals hint at lives once lived. These aren't just decor items, they're conversation pieces and emotional anchors. Group items in threes, vary their heights, and always allow a little breathing space. Clutter dulls the glow, curation creates magic. In the kitchen, vintage glam appears in unexpected places. Open shelving lined with mismatched china, glass canisters with brass lids, and copper cookware can all evoke elegance. Add a touch of glam with a chandelier above a rustic butcher block island, or hang lace cafe curtains to soften the edges. Let materials shine. Marble countertops, reclaimed wood, and brushed gold hardware combine for a space that's functional, charming, and a little bit glamorous. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, and vintage glam in a rustic space makes it feel both nostalgic and luxurious. Think carved headboards, antique vanities, and layers upon layers of soft bedding. A crystal lamp on a weathered nightstand brings contrast. Add delicate wallpaper behind the bed for an extra touch of vintage flair, perhaps a floral toile or damask print. Don't forget a touch of romance. Canopy drapes, silk pillowcases, or a velvet bench at the foot of the bed invite rest, beauty, and ease. Rustic bathrooms can feel spa-like with vintage glam details. Look for pedestal sinks, clawfoot tubs, and antique brass faucets to set the tone. Use vintage trays to organize apothecary bottles or old glass jars for cotton swabs and bath salts. Add a gilded mirror above the sink for that final flourish. Soft lighting, floral artwork, and fluffy towels complete the space, blending utility with indulgence in the most timeless way. Step outside and let the story continue. Wrought iron benches, weathered planters, and rose-covered trellises create a vintage escape in your own backyard. Hang string lights or a crystal chandelier from a pergola to extend the indoor elegance into your garden. Add lanterns, vintage watering cans, and copper accents for warmth. A garden table with mismatched chairs, teacups, and fresh flowers transforms even a small space into a rustic glam dream. Wabi-sabi is the art of finding beauty in imperfection, and it fits beautifully within the vintage glam rustic style. Embrace the cracks, chips, and uneven finishes. A slightly tarnished mirror or a worn rug tells a story. These elements soften the aesthetic and bring comfort in authenticity. True vintage glam doesn't chase perfection, it lets time do the decorating. Your home should reflect you. Add personal heirlooms, black and white family photos, or handwritten notes in antique frames. These are the soul of rustic vintage glam. Mix your memories with collected pieces for a space that feels curated, not staged. Sentiment adds softness. Don't be afraid to break the rules if something feels right. That antique vase you found at a flea market? Perfect. The imperfect is what makes it yours. Each season brings its own opportunity for fresh decor. In fall, layer with wool blankets, pumpkins, and dried florals. In winter, bring in candlelight and evergreen garlands. Spring calls for pastel blooms in vintage pictures. Summer invites linen throws, seashells, and soft white cotton. By rotating a few well-chosen pieces, your space feels alive and ever-evolving, while staying rooted in its rustic glam soul. You don't need a fortune to achieve this look. Thrift stores, flea markets, estate sales, and online vintage shops are goldmines for rustic glam finds. Look for quality craftsmanship and timeless shapes. A coat of paint or a bit of elbow grease can transform a $10 find into a treasure. Curating takes time. Enjoy the hunt and let your home grow slowly, piece by beautiful piece. It's not just what you see, it's what you feel. Light a scented candle, put on a record player, or add soft classical music in the background. Layering sound, scent, and texture transforms your rustic vintage home into an experience. It becomes a retreat from the world. It's this atmosphere, calm, nostalgic, and nurturing, that makes rustic glam decor truly magical. Thank you for joining us on this journey through vintage glam and a rustic countryside escape. We hope you found inspiration to create a space that glows with quiet beauty and timeless soul. If this video sparked your imagination, please like, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love to hear which idea you're most excited to try in your own home. Until next time, stay inspired and stay cozy. From all of us at Decoristique, thank you for watching.